So you're about to head into Disney World
I am.
before
That is
me.
true.
I'm going to
That's true.
Disneyland. You're leaving 2 days before I leave.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
what are you looking forward to? What are your concerns? What are you nervous about headed down
Yeah.
there?
Yeah. So I'm not the Disney expert, but I've been to Disneyland 3 times. And what I loved about that experience, just hearing about people taking their kids to Disney World, was it's super close. It's just right on top of each other, the two parks. It's basically in a neighborhood. So it's like really uh, kind of contained, so to speak, which was great,
Yeah,
especially with little kids.
yeah,
So I'm very excited. I would say to just see just the different feel of kind of the larger world. Obviously, there's more parks to go visit, all that stuff.
yeah.
So I'm pretty pumped about that. Thing I'm a little worried about is it's that I guess they don't call it Disney World for
For
nothing.
nothing.
Is that it's huge. So
Yeah,
just kind of managing that, like you're taking a bus to another park, and
yeah.
in Anaheim you just walk over. So I am a little trepidatious about that, and the amount of planning that has to go in before you even get there is a
Yeah,
little bit overwhelming.
yeah.
I think anybody would say that who's kind of going on these trips. Like, really? It's like I gotta put it all on the table here. You basically schedule everything but your bathroom breaks. So I'm a little concerned, but I'm excited. Obviously, there's rides there that aren't in the other parks, and I'm
Right.
a big ride guy. Yeah, so
What
I'm
what
I'm
is
excited about
the
that.
what is the main ride that's in Disney that's in Magic Kingdom? Well, I guess because there's 4 parks and you only have 2 in Disneyland.
True. Yeah. So they jam everything into the Disneyland park. So you got everything in there. It's the Star Wars world. Although that last time I went, that wasn't even there, but they got them all. So
I
you're
wonder if it's the
you
same size. I wonder if comparatively the Galaxy's Edge is the same size in Disneyland as it is in Disney World. I should have Googled that. I'd be interested to
you
know if
should have
that's the same size.
for the
Uh,
people. You
you
should have
know,
done
I
a
should have.
little research for the people.
This is a spontaneous one. We didn't.
I'm going. I'm going to say it's probably not. I don't know. We'll
Yeah,
find out when we get off the call here. But yeah. So I am pretty pumped. A little bit nervous about the size of it. Just excited to see how it is
I
and
know because
and how my kids.
they keep adding ways of transportation to get you from one park to the next.
That is true. There's boats, and then there's like Skyliners, and there's
Yeah,
buses, and
there's
you know
minivans and
you
literally,
could
it's like, how else can I get you from one park to the other without you being miserable?
yeah, giant slingshots to shoot
Yeah,
you into the park. What about you? So you've never been to land. That's
never
that's
been,
the
man.
first that's the first park. What are you most looking forward to, and what are you got a concern?
I mean, my kids are younger than yours, so
Mm-hmm.
my kids are the elementary school age, so I'm excited for them to have the experience because when we were kids, we had to walk around characters,
Mm-hmm.
and Disney World they don't have walk around characters like they do, and at least from the videos that I've seen, characters aren't really like walking around. They're not really like doing what we had when we were kids. Like I remember us hanging out in like Tomorrowland when we were kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember Roger Rabbit showing up, and I like lost my mind because I like love
Mm-hmm.
Roger Rabbit, and I still love Roger Rabbit. If Roger Rabbit
Yeah,
shows up in Disneyland, my kids are gonna see a whole side of me they never saw. Well, they may have seen it before, but
they may have cruised that. Yeah.
but I certainly am excited for them to just like see characters, because they're at that
Yeah.
age where it's still magical. Who they see is who it's Spider-Man is Spider-Man and things like that. So like that will be something that I just will want to see their faces and like experience that. And I think that'll be really cool. And then for my own like personal gain, like not for more like kids, but like for me is like Disney built this park, like Walt built this park,
Yeah.
or like Roy built Disney World because Walt had died. So like
Yeah.
Roy Disney built really that park. So to like
Mm-hmm.
people say there's like magic in the air because it's like Walt Disney's last stuff he really did, and I kind of want to see if that essence sort of resonates with me when I'm there, because I'm
Yeah.
like I have that that kid's always inside of me and that imagination and stuff. So like personally, there's that, but just like rides wise, like I can't wait to go on the Cars World, and I can't wait to
Yeah.
walk into Radiator Springs, because I know it has, and you and I always say this, like it has that immersion feel, like a little bit like
It
you're
does.
walking into Radiator Springs, and we appreciate when parks give us that experience
Give us
because
what you can. Yeah, yeah. Deliver the goods, and that's the best thing going in that California Adventure Park. And it's not even close. Like that's the best thing going.
yeah,
That area. I mean, for folks who've never been to Disneyland, and if you're on the East Coast, boy, it's really cool. It's really cool. And when I went over there, my kids were like first time. I think they were like 7 and 4, 4.5, something like that.
yeah,
So they were completely dialed in, and they deliver a great product there. It's everything that you would hope it would be. Like even the cars come down the street. So
yeah.
no,
I mean, I can't
it's
wait to
really cool.
see, but lightning and Mater sort of rolling. My son doesn't even believe me when I tell him, like, no, like lightning's gonna like roll down the street, like Mater's
He's
gonna roll into town.
yeah,
I hope they
he's gonna
still do
lose
that.
his mind.
I hope I'm not talking crazy, and he's gonna be like, Dad, they never did that. And
No, no,
that'll be
I think
a
they
whole
still
nother
do
thing.
it. Yeah, yeah, and they got red there too. Like red shows up.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's cool. You know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So he's off in the fire station. No, it's great, and I think, and it does have some throwback feel. I think you'll get that. They even have the bedroom or the little apartment where Walt used to
he used
stay,
to
and
stay.
they
Yeah,
they have the light on. That's what they said. Hey, we have light on, like his spirits there, or whatever. But
yeah,
you get that 1965. There's some old rides there, like old
yeah,
rides.
yeah.
Like there's that they built that are still there, and you can ride them. And they've updated them, I think, a little bit, but it has that like 1960s vibe a little bit as you go through Fantasyland. So I think you'll get a kick out of it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's very doable.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
so
have
we
fun
can
when you.
compare notes.
We
Yeah,
will. We will definitely compare and see if our excitement was still exciting and if our concerns were still concerns.
there we go. Thank you, Yoda, for that interesting way to put it.